several winters before old age overtook you. If you'd maybe pulled me out of some blizzard where I'd have frozen to death if it hadn't been for your keen sense of smell, which enabled you to follow the trail, there'd have been some sense to it. But you weren't, and you didn't. You're only a poor old heroic specimen someone has played traitor to and deserted in old age. Well, that's enough of that. We're on land now. What land is it? What are these people like? When do we eat? The last question is most important for the moment. What say we try scaling the cliff and then look about a bit?" The dog barked his approval. Together they began scaling the cliff, which at times appeared to confront them as an unsurmountable barrier, and at others offered a gently rising slope of shale and rock. When Lucile and Marian had made sure that there were no people in the deserted native village, they returned to the mysterious bungalow. "We've got to get in there," said Marian. "Don't matter whose it is." Searching about, she found a stout pole. With this she pried off a board from a window, then another, then another. "Give me a lift," she said, raising one foot from the ground. Once boosted up, she found that the window was not locked. The sash went up with a surprising bang, and the next instant she was inside, assisting Lucile to enter. The place had a hollow sound. "Like an old empty church," said Marian. Lucile scratched a match. They were in a large room which was absolutely empty. A hasty exploration of the three remaining rooms, which were much smaller, revealed the same state of affairs. "Now what," said Lucile, knitting her brows in deep thought, "do you think of that?" "Anyway, it's dry and not too cold," said Marian. "But it's empty and I'm hungry. Say," she exclaimed quickly, "you bring in our things. I'll be back." She bounded out of the window and hurried away toward the native village, which lay silent in the moonlight. Marian had succeeded in dragging their sleeping bag and other belongings through the window, and was there waiting when Lucile called from outside. "Here, take this." "How heavy!" exclaimed Marian, and a moment later, upon receiving the second object, "How cold!" "The first," said Lucile, "is a flat native seal oil lamp. We can burn our seal oil in it. I have a handful of moss in my pocket to string along the side for a wick. It'll make it more cheery and it'll seem warmer. The other," she went on, "is a frozen whitefish. Found it in one of the native caches. Guess the natives won't miss it if they come back." "If they do. But where are they?" asked Marian in a puzzled tone of voice. "Dead, perhaps. Let's eat," she added abruptly as Marian shivered. "But Lucile, we can't cook the fish." "Don't have to. Frozen fish is good raw if it's frozen hard enough. I've tried it before. You just shave it off thin like chipped dried beef and gulp it down before it tastes too fishy." Marian did not think she would like it, but found it not half bad. When they had dined and had sat by the yellow glow of their seal oil lamp for a time, they took a good long look at the moon as it shone out over the shimmering whiteness of the sea. "That," said Marian impressively, "is the same moon that is shining on all of our friends wherever they are to night." The thought gave them a deal of comfort. When in time their sleeping bag was spread out on the floor, and they had snuggled comfortably down into its soft depths and were ready to go off into the land of dreams, with their seal oil lamp still flickering in one corner, Marian said with a laugh, "Snug as two little Red Riding Hoods." "Yes, but if the big bear comes home?" murmured Lucile. "He won't," said Marian with conviction. But the next moment her faith was shattered. There came a sound from without, and the next instant some heavy object banged against the door. "What was that?" both exclaimed at once in hoarse whispers. CHAPter 16